Hey, so as you can tell, I got the engine and transmission mocked up sitting in the car. I'm going to go ahead with the Turbo 400 just due to all the parts I have laying around. I have a really good converter collecting dust on the shelf. Kind of be stupid not to go with it. I won't have overdrive, but this car is just mostly going to be cruising through town. It's not going to be on highways all that much. I'm not too worried about the overdrive, but yeah. Anyways, I actually already had a cross member laying around from the old car. It's a G-Force, but I think Summit Racing sells these ones now. I'll put the part number below, but I'll show you that here. So there it is. It says G-Force, but like I said, I think Summit sells them now. It's got the clearance for your exhaust, dual exhaust, so you got tons of clearance for your full exhaust system. The only thing different, this is an 81, so instead of having the transmission mount back here, it's up front. But I think Summit actually still sells an extension piece. Just bolts in up there, bolts back here, and it still works with this cross member. I'll put that part number down below as well. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find a piece of metal so I don't have to buy that, but it's just sitting in there loosely, just trying to mock everything up. And as for up front for the engine mounts, I already had the plates that bolt to the block, and then you bolt your factory clamshell to it. But for the life of me, I couldn't get this engine to sit down in there correctly. It was kind of teeter-tottering on each mount. It wouldn't sit down flat. So I eventually just went ahead and kind of made my own mounts, and I just welded them to that plate. So yeah, I'm not sure the reason behind that, but one of you guys actually reached out to me on Instagram, and you were having the exact same issue. So I'll put the part number down below for the engine mounts that I originally used on my other car. I know they're a little bit more expensive because they're hooker ones, but they worked out perfect. Just the only thing is you got to make sure that you're gonna have to buy an oil pan to clearance it so it doesn't hit your cross member, or you're gonna have to cut up your oil pan and fabricate it yourself. So yeah. Anyways, like I said, engine transmission's all mounted up. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put the rad support in, and I'll start mocking everything up that I can there. I already have my old radiator from my old car as well sitting on the shelf. It's kind of beat up and ugly, but it's aluminum rad, and it's not going to cost me anything. It's already got electric fans, so yeah, I'll get my rad support in, get everything mounted up in there, and then I could probably even see if my old upper and lower rad hoses work as well. Go as far as I can with what I have, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so I got the rad sitting in there. This rad already has fans mounted to it, so that should save me some time and money. I definitely have to go over my welds again, but that was 3 years ago, and I haven't really been the best at welding aluminum, so I'll polish those up later, but at least my worries. I'll show you how I got it mounted in underneath. Nothing fancy down here. I just kind of cut the corners out of it just to get away from my drain and also my lower rad hose here, so just so it's clear, it's not going to rub on anything. And it's just pretty much sitting in the saddle, so that's going to keep it from moving. I'll put some rubber down in underneath after, but these, I'm just, like I said, I'm just mocking everything up. That'll hold the bottom, especially once that rubber's in there, it'll be nice and tight. Up top, I'm just making tabs that I'm gonna weld to the top of the rad here, and it's just gonna bolt to these factory mounting holes here. So nice and simple. This is just gonna keep it from moving back and forth there, where in underneath that's holding the bottom and holding the weight of the rad. All these little tabs are doing is keeping it from moving back and forth up top. I'll get these cleaned up, round the edges off, make it all look somewhat nice, get them tacked on, and then on to the next. Hey, so as you can tell, I got the upper rad support out of the car. I got those tabs all welded up onto the radiator as well. Once final assembly comes along, I'll put that rubber in underneath of it. But like I said, I'm just mocking everything up, doing the fabricating and welding that I need to do now. And then final assembly, I'll polish everything up. I went ahead, already wire wheeled and sanded the rad support because I shouldn't have to do anything else to that. So that's all painted nice. I actually went ahead, I removed both fenders. Cleaned down in the crevices, scotch brighted and painted the inner fenders as well. Makes it look a lot cleaner. I also got the steering all installed. I still had the manual steering box from Big Ugly, so I got all that installed as well. So I got steering. I'm just picking away with the oil pan for the motor, just clearancing it because it hangs down about, well, it hangs down pretty much that, 2 inches down past the cross member, so you have to clearance that. And then also the steering rack, or the steering arm, whatever the hell you want to call it, you have to clearance that as well, or it's going to hit the oil pan. So just picking away at that, cutting, fitting, blah blah blah, and then I'll weld these in flat. And then once I go over the engine, that's when I'll modify the pickup tube. But like I said, I just want to get everything that I can done now, fabrication wise. That way I'm not taking the engine in and out 6 times while I've got everything else painted and looking nice. So yeah, it's gonna mess around, get this oil pan all together, and really after that, I guess I'll pull everything back out, and then I'll start prepping the firewall, the front frame and everything for paint. And yeah, we'll go from there. Hey guys, I don't even know where to really begin here, but just a heads up, I'll be rambling a lot just to kind of get you all caught up on what the hell is going on here. Like I said, where to begin here. As for Big Ugly, I went to go fire it up the other day and the motor was locked up with water. So got the cylinder heads off of it. I had a early truck cylinder head on it, 862, and it actually has a recess in it in the cylinder head, so I'll show you that here now. So that's the recess there. So due to that recess, you can't run a good head gasket. So last year I just bought the head gaskets that you're supposed to run with these heads, and just ran it. It seemed fine all year, but obviously they were leaking just slightly, and over the winter just filled the bore up with some water. Marked up the bore, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go build another motor due to it. I'll just get the rest of the year out of this one, and we'll go from there. From there, I got a friend to pick up a set of LS cylinder heads for me. I got them back, and they're like the 243 heads, but they're early style, so they're 806, and they have that recess as well. So just like I said, I don't even know where to begin with this. So I actually got them welded up, that notch there. So I just, the machine shop just called me. I'm going to take these cylinder heads to the machine shop, get them decked. That way I can run a good LS9 head gasket on this motor, and hopefully it lasts. From there, that really kind of catches you up on Big Ugly. I got the motor back together. There's a no prep event on July 18th that I want to go to. So hopefully get the car ready for then. As for the new car, just picking away when I can here and there. I got everything all painted up, the frame's all nice and painted. Firewall's all painted, pretty much ready to get the motor back together, which is what I'm going through now. I just got to get it all cleaned up, slap some paint on it, new gaskets. I'm going to pull the pistons out of it, check the ring gap, but I'll probably gap the rings just slightly due to running a power adder. And yeah, just get this to the point where I can drop it in the car and try to get some space back in this garage here. So that's kind of where I'm at. Hopefully I can get this video this Tuesday, July the 7th. It's my birthday. Getting old, 25. Anyways guys, like I said, I was gonna blabber on there for quite a while, but I just gotta kind of explain myself here. So yeah, gotta get the Big Ugly back together, get those cylinder heads decked hopefully today, and then I'll have to get them all poured and polished, get them on the car, get that thing running, and yeah, just keep doing what I'm doing. So yeah, as always guys, like, comment, definitely hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And yeah, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, picking away at what I can, and yeah, we'll go from there. Hopefully we can get Big Ugly out. So yeah, talk to you guys. See ya.